Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Today also the same issue going on. Uh, so by Monday the problem might be resolved. Okay. If I got disconnected and try to be in the session itself up to this time, so that we'll be discussing the concepts. Okay. So the last class we started discussing about variables concept. I discussed about something related to variables. What do you mean by variable and what's the relationship between variables and data types and all we discussed. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be entering into the topic called local variables, which is very important topic in Java. Then we'll be going with instance variables. Okay. Just be okay. So variable is nothing but a named memory location which is used to store some value, and there is a strong relationship between the variable and what a data type. The data type is used to specify the type of value that is going to be stored in the variable, and variable is going to store the value, right? So in Java we have three types of variables. One is local variables, other one is instance variable, other one is static variables. And you'll be knowing many things in this instance variables and static variables. Okay. Just PPT is not opening. Just give me a time. Okay. I hope you are seeing this PPT. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this points, whatever the points that we have for local variables, and the same thing continues for everything, right? So nothing we defined, declared a variable is nothing but an identifier whose value is not going to be fixed. The meaning of that is when you execute the program one time and you might be giving some variable values, some value to the variable, and when you are executing the same program second time, you will be giving what some other value. That's the reason they're saying that variable is an identifier. It's a named memory location which stores some value and whose value is not going to be fixed. In Java, mainly we have three types of variables: local variable, instance variables, and static variables. And apart from this, one more thing is there, and that I will discuss when time comes. And first of all, let's discuss about local variable. It's very simple words about this variables and methods, and you're not going to find anywhere about this kind of material or this kind of data. You'll not be finding in any textbooks or in any thing. Very simple points what are framed over here, and just have a look. Each and every point plays an important role over there. And first point, you can see a variable declared inside a method is called local variable. And the question raises, what do you mean by method, sir? So simply remember, method is nothing but a function. A method is nothing but a function. Okay, a variable which is declared inside a method is called local variable. Is called a local variable. A local variable must be initialized before its usage. A local variable must be initialized before its usage. First of all, let me make the first statement very clear for you all. A variable which is declared inside a method, that means any variable which is going to be declared inside a function, and only that variable can be considered as a local variable. Only that variable can be considered as a local variable. Is it clear? The first point is clear for you all?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. And second point, a local variable. That means when we are saying a variable is local, if it is declared inside a method, then we can say that's a local variable. And a local variable must be initialized before its usage. That means before using any local variable, we need to initialize it. Right? We need to initialize it before using. And question comes from your answer. What do you mean by using, sir? Suppose I'm taking some variable and I'm not initializing it, int a, just I'm taking int space a semicolon I'm taking. And I'm going to use that particular variable like what a plus b or c is equal to a plus b, like that I'm doing over there. I'm not initialized, I'm not accepted that variable value from the keyboard. I'm not assigning any value to that variable. I'm using it. Then Java compiler generates an error. Java compiler generates an error. It must be initialized. It should be assigned with some value. It should be assigned with some value. And then only you're in a position to use that particular variable. That's the reason a local variable, if you're thinking that a variable is a local, and that variable must be initialized before its usage. Before its usage. Okay. And default values are not applicable to the local variables. Are you clear with the second point? Local variable must be initialized before its usage. అర్థమైందా?
Yes.
Okay, if you're not able to understand, I will be showing you it practically about this point. I will be getting an error. How will be getting error and all I will be discussing. Don't worry about this point. Just try to remember this point and make a note of this point. Next, default values are not applicable to the local variables. That means if you consider your C language, if you take int space a comma b, and you're not initializing any value and you're going to print those values in C language, means you'll be getting garbage values over there. But in what Java, I said that there is no question of garbage values. Default values are going to be there. But for local variables, there is no question of default default values. Actually, what do you mean by default values? The question will be there in your brain. What do you mean by default values? Suppose if you declare any variable, in Java, apart from local variables, that means instance variables or static variables. If you declare any variable, the default values will be given to those variables. అంటే మీరు బైట్ వేరియబుల్ తీసుకుంటే డిఫాల్ట్ గా బైట్ స్పేస్ ఏ అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకుంటే డిఫాల్ట్ గా 0 అన్నది వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయకపోతే 0 అన్నది వెళ్తాం. షార్ట్ స్పేస్ బి అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకుంటే దానికి ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయకపోతే 0 వెళ్ళిపోతుంది అందులోకి. ఇంట్ స్పేస్ ఏ అని తీసుకుంటే then what that a contains 0 if you're not initializing, and long space d if you're taking, and that d contains 0 if you're not giving any value. And if you take float space c and you're not giving any value, means 0.0 it takes 0.0 it takes, and for the boolean it takes the default value as a false, and for char it takes what? Null. Nothing will be there. Okay, so these are the default values, but this kind of default values are not applicable to local variables. That means if you take any variable inside a method like int space a or int space b అని చెప్పేసి మీరు ఒక మెథడ్ లోపల వేరియబుల్ ని తీసుకుంటే ఆ వేరియబుల్ కి ఈ డిఫాల్ట్ వాల్యూస్ అన్నవి అప్లికేబుల్ ఉండవు. దట్ మీన్స్ లోకల్ వేరియబుల్ డజంట్ హ్యావ్ డిఫాల్ట్ వాల్యూస్. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఇనిషియలైజ్డ్ బిఫోర్ ఇట్స్ యూసేజ్. At least you got some clarity about default values. I shown at that time in C language that a comma b అని చెప్పేసి తీసుకుంటే a కి 0 వచ్చింది, b కి some garbage value వచ్చింది. Do you remember that? In code blocks I shown 3-4 hours back, 3-4 sessions back. Do you remember I opened code blocks and I shown you?
Yes.
Okay, only one student remembered.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So default values are not applicable to the local variable. The first point you need to remember about local variable is a variable declared inside a method is called local variable. A local variable must be initialized before its usage. I will be giving you clarity on this point. And next point is default values are not applicable to the local variables. Default values are not applicable to the local variables. Next, and this point you already know. Scope of variables is within the method only. It cannot be used outside the method. Suppose మీరు m1 అన్న ఫంక్షన్ లో ఒక వేరియబుల్ ని తీసుకుంటే ఆ m1 అన్న ఫంక్షన్ లో ఉన్న వేరియబుల్ ఆ m1 ఫంక్షన్ లోనే యూజ్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది తప్ప బయట యూజ్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుందా? Is there any possibility in C, C++ that if you declare some variable in M1 and are we in a position to use that variable outside this M1 or inside
No,
this?
sir.
Within that what M1 itself we are in a
No,
position.
sir.
Yes, within that M1 itself we are in a position to use. So here also same thing happens. The scope of the local variable is within that method only. It cannot use outside that method. It cannot use outside that method. And this point also you have to remember. Next, the only modifier, I will be addressing what you mean by modifier later. Don't worry about this. The only modifier that is applied to the local variable is final. This point is very important. The only modifier that is applied to local variable is final. What do you mean by modifier? I will be discussing. What do you mean by final? I will be discussing in unit 2. Don't worry about that. But just remember that for local variables, the only modifier that can be applied to a local variable is going to be a final. That's it. And we are not going to apply any access specifiers like public, private, protected. Those things we are not going to use for the local variables. Only modifier that is final we are going to use for the local variables. Okay. The first point is, see students, this variables and methods points, whatever the points that I'm giving to you. If I ask you in sleep also, you need to remember these points. Then only you will understand the concept oriented Java. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to understand. These 4 points you need to remember. These 4 points you need to remember. That's it. That's it. These 4 points you have to remember. Then only you are in a position to understand the concept clearly in Java. That means a variable which is declared inside a method can be considered as local variable. A local variable must be initialized before its usage. Default values are not applicable to the local variables. And scope of that local variable is within this method only. It cannot be used outside the method. And the next point is the only access modifier that can be applied to a local variable is going to be final. Okay, these are the 4 points that you need to remember. And for every point, I will be showing you one example as your Java program, right? So what you can do is make a note of these things, and meanwhile I will be going with the programs. Make a note of this things, everyone. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Right. Make a note of that fast. Are you able to see only PPT, right?
Yes, sir.
Completed? Completed?
No, sir.
Make it fast. And whatever the programs that I'm going to discuss now, and try to complete those programs and share those things in the group. And if you students are sharing personally to me, don't share it personally and share it on the group. And those who are going with your innovative project, try to be focused on mobile application, because it's the best thing for you to focus on Android. So what you will be doing is, after completion of this unit 1, I will be sharing you some tutorial links in the YouTube in your group. And meanwhile, for innovative project, what you can do is, those who are interested to develop mobile application, go with informative mobile application. Informative mobile application in the sense, suppose if you are going to access the example that I can share with you is what a calendar application, right? So many calendars applications are there, and in that calendars applications, what we are going to do is just will be knowing information of that what application. That means dates, month, 1 year, complete year, what information will be having in that particular app. So try to focus that kind of apps so that what you will be getting an experience how mobile application is going to be developed. Later, you can go with interactive kind of applications. Interactive kind of applications you can go like many students of your seniors who have done applications such as JNTU World and చెప్పేసి JNTU అని చెప్పేసి ఒకటి పెట్టి అందులోని ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్స్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ సిలబస్ గేట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ many things they placed. And or else if you are very good in C language, you can create one C language app which contains a complete data and then programs. Like that, you can go with some informative apps, or else you can go with some app like TechNotes where you can present your complete C language data and all everything. Or else you can go with some any informative app you can develop which will be very benefit for the students. Just only to try to do only 2 to 3 things in innovative project, and since it's not required to develop complete project over there. Try to install Android Studio and try to create one simple application in Android by placing 2 to 3 buttons. If you click on those buttons, some pages you need to get over there. Okay. So for example, I have one thought in my brain right now itself. I got that thought. Suppose you want to provide some technical information to all the students, like for example, in computer science, you would like to know about the YouTube channels for machine learning. What are all what YouTube channels free of things? That means in YouTube, if you are going to search things, means you will be finding many over there. In that, you can do one survey and you can find out the best one and you can place over there. And for Gate, what are all open source materials are available in YouTube that you can place in your app. Like that, you can place that this was a playlist by so and so, and this was a YouTube channel link, and this was a website that you can follow for what Gate. Like that, you can provide such kind of information app, and it will be very useful, and you can launch in the Google Play Store also. Like many things are there to you can do in Android application development, and if you are keeping such kind of applications as your innovative project, as your mini project, and everyone will look at you somewhat different. Okay, instead of going here and there, if you are going in this direction, then it's very good. And I'm not asking you to develop complete project. I'm saying very simple. Try to place 2 to 3 buttons in your Android application, and that is enough. Okay, and try to look into this angle. Try to see this aspect so that it will be very easy for you. Right? Right. Completed this, everyone. Response.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going into my folder, that is CD space CSC. I'm entering into the command prompt, and then here unit 1 folder, and in this I created one folder with a name called
Command
variable.
prompt screen share gale, sir.
Okay, fine. I've not done a screen share. I shared only that part. Okay. Now, see, I entered into this E drive. And in this, I entered into the folder called CSC 19, and then CSC unit 1 I entered. And in that, I would like to see how many folders are available and the files are available: demo.class, demo.java, demo first program.class, first program.java, literals one folder, and variable is another folder. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going with CD space variable enter. Now, I will be seeing in this, I will be seeing how many folders are there. Again, I have 3 folders are there. CD space, I'm entering into the local folder. Now I'm going to enter in this local variables. I have 2 programs are there. I'm going to enter into the first program, demo.java. Notepad space demo.java. Right. Are you able to see this program, everyone?
Yes, sir.
No, fine. Try to look into this. If you want, I am deleting this complete program. Again, I'm going to type import space java dot lang dot star semicolon. And what's the statement? What is the statement? What we can call this java dot lang can be called as what?
Package.
Yes, very good. Package. Java dot lang dot star semicolon. What is this keyword? Import is one keyword which is used to get this package, java.lang package from Java library. Import is one package which is used to get java.lang package from Java library. Import is one keyword which is used to get java.lang package from Java library. Okay. Then I'm going with some thing like public I'm going to take, and if you're not going to take public also doesn't matters. Class space demo opening brace closing brace, and between this opening and closing brace I'm going to need to take main function. How to take main function in Java? Can anyone respond? Students, how to take main function in Java?
Public static void main.
Public static void main
String.
args. Okay. Opening subscript, closing subscript, and opening brace and then closing brace, right? So what's the first point that I have over here? A variable which is declared inside a method can be called as what? A local variable. And here the main can be considered as one method. Main can be considered as a method. Can be, it is a method. Inside this method, I'm going to take some variable called int space x. Now this x is going to be a local variable. This x is going to be a local variable, and to this x I'm assigning some value called 10, and I'm going to print this value system.out.println opening double quotes x colon closing double quotes plus x. The meaning of this is x colon whatever the things that we have within double quotes, that is going to be printed as it is. After that plus followed by what? X. And what's the value that we have with respect to this x, and that value will be printing over here. And I'm going to save this. Now I'm entering into the command prompt java c space demo.java. After that, I'm going to compile it java space demo. And if you're not going to get any error, and I'm going to run it, java c space demo.java, we got an error over there, import space java.lang. Okay, one mistake is there. What is this mistake? Can anyone?
After dot star Ravan.
Right. After dot star. Before star dot, right? Okay, fine, whatever. Okay. Now we got an error here. The reason is that I taken star first and then dot. So first we need to take dot followed by what? Asterisk. Now again I'm compiling it. This time no error and demo. I'm not going to get this thing, so that I'm going with CPU space class path opening double quotes. Sorry. Space deb. Okay, and we got it, right? So x colon 10 we got over there, right? So what's the first point here? A variable which is declared inside a method can be called as what? A local variable. Local variable. Next, a local variable must be initialized before its usage. See, I'm going with two variables here. Try to understand these things, everyone. 5 minutes is required. I'm going with what two variables over here, and one is what x, other one is what y. Now here, with these two variables are what? Which variables? Which are declared inside a method? Respond.
Local variable.
Local variables, right? So in these two variables, are you observing anything in this statement? What we are done? Response, students, what we are done? What we are done?
One variable is initialized and another is declared.
Yes, very good. One variable we initialized with a value called 10, another variable just we declared it. That's it. We are not initialized with any value. Now what I'm trying to do is I printed this x and I'm trying to print this y. I'm trying to print this y variable, right? I'm trying to print this y variable. Okay, save it. You can observe here I taken two local variables. One variable I initialized with value, other variable I not initialized with value. And I'm going to print this value. Printing also indicates using. Printing also indicates what? Using, right? Now I'm going to execute it. I'm going to compile it, and I'm going to compile it. And is that Java compiler generates any error? Is the Java compiler generates any error? Yes, it is generating an error. Are you able to hear me? Respond. Are you able to hear me or not?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So when I'm going with this java c space demo.java, and we got an error, variable y might not have been initialized, and you are using that in system.out.println y:y. You have not initialized, you have declared variable y, but you have not initialized it, and Java compiler doesn't agrees it. Why? What's the reason why Java compiler is not agrees it? Because in Java, one point is very clear that a variable must be initialized before its usage. But you people, you and not initialized it. But you declared it, but you're not initialized it. This is the major problem that you are facing over there. You have not initialized. You just declared it, but you're not initialized it. Okay, you have declared it, but you are not initialized that variable. That's a problem that you are going to face. That's a problem over there. Okay, suppose if I initialized the value of y with some respect to something like 12, and I'm saving it, and I'm going to compile it. And this time I'm not going to get any error because I've taken two local variables, and the two local variables has been initialized over there. X I taken, Y I taken, X I initialized with 10, Y I initialized with respect to what 12. I'm printing those two values. If you are going to print the two values also, the meaning of that is the meaning of that is what? We are using that variable, right? We got X value as 10, Y value as what? 12. Okay. Clear this point? A local variable must be initialized before its usage. Have you cleared? At least respond in the chat. Have you cleared or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in this first 2 points?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So default values are not applicable to the local variables. అంటే default values అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? మీరు ఒక వేరియబుల్ ని డిక్లేర్ చేసి ఆ వేరియబుల్ ని మీరు ప్రింట్ చేశారు అనుకోండి. సపోజ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ దిస్ వేరియబుల్ ఓవర్ హియర్ int x, అండ్ ఆ వేరియబుల్ ని మీరు ప్రింట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఈ x ప్లేస్ లో మనకి ఏం రావాలి? 0 రావాలి. అలా వచ్చిందంటే డిఫాల్ట్ వాల్యూస్ అప్లికేబుల్ అని అర్థం. బట్ ఇక్కడ x ని ప్రింట్ చేస్తే మనకి 0 వస్తుందా? అక్కడ x ని ప్రింట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? మనకి ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. ఎందుకంటే నేను ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయలేదురా బాబు అని చెప్తుంది అది. Save it and try to execute it once again. Again, it gives an error for y because I have not initialized y over there, right? Clearly, it's saying that variable y might not have been initialized and you're trying to use it. It's generating what error? Java compiler is generating an error. Okay, so that's a problem that we have. And if you are initialized a local variable and then you can using it means then there won't be any problem. And you need to get one more doubt over there. See, I'm not initializing y and I'm not printing this statement. Now, is there any error? Observe the program carefully. I'm declaring y, but I'm not using y. Is there any error?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No error. Okay. Only 2 students and 1 student in the chart has given response. What about remaining students? Are you following or not? You are not responding. At least if you are not able to listen, say yes or no. That's it. At least that one. Are we going to get any error or not? Respond. If errors, they say yes. If no error, then say no. 2 messages I received in chat. 3 messages. 4 messages I received. Hey, you respond fast, then we'll be going with other topic. Why people you are not responding? I don't know. Unmute yourself and respond with your answer. Okay, very few are responded. So finally, those who want to give an answer, respond. Is that error or not? Is that generates any error or not? Okay, many are given response in the chart. Okay, fine. So let's compile this. There won't be any error. The reason is that we declared it, but we are not used it. We are printing only one variable here, x value. You can see only x value we printed, but this we made it as comment. If you remove this as what comments, and now in this case you'll be getting what error. In this case you'll be getting what error. variable y might not have been initialized. Okay, fine. Clear with this? Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Make a note of this program fast and try to execute it and share that screenshot in the group. Okay, make a note of this fast. And if you got a question about this variables in 2 marks or what in 5 marks, and you need to write one program as an example for everything, right? So make a note of this fast, fast, fast. Completed. Completed or not? Respond. How much time you'll take to write this program? Respond, students. Okay, fine. So and there is another example you can see over here. The same example in one single line I have taken. Int x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. System.out.println x colon within double quotes I have taken plus x will be printed again plus again it slash and means it goes in new line y colon next line new line and then what it prints the value of y. If I'm not going to take if I'm not going to initialize either x or y generates what error, right? So the same thing java c space demo.java. In this also there won't be any error. So not demo, it's going to be demo one. And for this program, make a note of that we'll be getting an error. Just make a note of this. Make a note of this. Program generates an error because y is a local variable and it is not initialized. It is not initialized and we are using that variable in the program. Okay, make a note of this. It generates an error. When you're going with Java C space demo.java, generates an error. Generates an error. This error it generates. Okay, make a note of this. Completed. Why I'm not getting response? This is the first hour or last hour class. I'm not able to understand with you. Students respond.
Yes, sir. Finish.
Finished, sir.
Okay. So this is another program. So we'll not be getting any error. I taken space over there. Okay. So another program is there. You can see here. Try to see this program. We already discussed this. We are taken to what variables, and we are going to print the value of x system.out.println of x system.out.println of y, and will not be getting any error because two variables has been initialized over there. After that, system sum is, if in this case, what's the output that I'm going to get? Can anyone? X plus y means sum is,
1020.
Amma? What's the output that I'm going to get? Sum is colon. Respond.
1020, sir.
1000. 1020. Okay, fine, good, Lalita, and the student who had responded. Next, sum is here. What's the output that we'll be getting?
30, sir.
Very
30,
good,
sir.
very good, very good. Lalita, and then other two students has given response. Very good. Next, year. This is very important. Are we going to get 1020 is sum or 30 is sum? Respond, guess it at least. See, మీరు guess చేసినందుకు మిమ్మల్ని ఎవరు తిట్టరు బాబు, నేను అసలు తిట్టను. And Lalita has given
Error
response.
వస్తుందేమో సార్.
ఎర్రర్ రాదు పవన్. ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి వస్తుంది, ఏదో వస్తుంది. 30 is sum, Prashant given response. Okay, very good. Shirisha has given response 1010, and Niharika also has given response. Very good, very good. Aditya 30 is given, he had given 30. Aditya, Satvika 1020. Very good, very good. Respond, students, fast respond. Okay, so let's see who's are going to be correct and whose things are not going to correct. So Java C space demo2.java will not be getting any error. Okay, and here demo2, the first thing will be getting the value of x 10, second thing will be getting value of y 20, and sum is 1020, sum is 30, and 1020 is sum or 30 is sum. That will be finding here. Just look into it. What Java compiler is giving. See, it's giving what first 10, 20, and then next thing is 1020. Sum is, next sum is 30, and here few students has given response as 1020, and few students has given response it as what 30, and those who are given the response as 30, and it's a correct answer. So just see here why it is a correct answer. What is the difference between these two things? Try to understand here. First, here it is string followed by integer. String followed by integer converts that in the form of integer string only. It doesn't convert in the form of integer. String ni integer toni concatenate చేస్తున్నాను, అంటే యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాను. యాడ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంటీజర్ స్ట్రింగ్ ని ఇంటీజర్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేయడం హైలీ ఇంపాసిబుల్. సో ఆటోమేటిక్ ఏం జరుగుతుంది, ఇంటీజరే స్ట్రింగ్ లో కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోయి సమ్ ఈస్ 1020, దట్స్ ఇట్. 10 అనేది ఒక స్ట్రింగ్, 20 అనేది ఒక స్ట్రింగ్ లాగా క్లబ్ అయిపోయింది అక్కడ. ఓకే, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఇక్కడ మనం parenthesis తీసుకున్నాం కాబట్టి it is going to be happen, separate arithmetic operation is going to be done, and that is going to be printed over there. But coming to this case, what happened here? First x integer, next plus again integer. Two integers, between these two integers we are taken plus over there. It doesn't goes over here. It looks only these two things first, x plus y. It's going to add those two things, and then it gives us what a result as 30 is sum. The final answer is not 1020. It is what 30 is sum is a final answer. It's going to generate. Okay, final answer is going to generate. Right? Java C space demo2 Java, and then what Java demo2. And try to remember this is very very important. Make a note of this fast, all of you, and execute these two programs. And share your screenshots in the group fast today. Completed. And don't write that complete system dot out dot and capital S dot O dot P and but don't write the same thing in the examination. Completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. And note down this output also, forwards, what command lines, whatever the output that you are noting down. And is it clear? Local variables and 2 points are there. That is scope of this variable. You already understood. Default values also, I think you understood. But this thing that you need to understand here. If you want, I will explain now itself. Otherwise, we'll be discussing it later. Okay. Clear with this first, what 4 points? Any doubts? Response, students.
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Clear.
Okay, can I trust you? Can I go further? It's very, very important. Okay. So, before going into this instance variables, we need to know about what do you mean by class and what do you mean by what object and how to create an object. All those things we need to know. First of all, let's see the definition of instance variables, and remaining points will be discussed later. The first definition you can see over there, a variable which is declared inside the class outside a method is called instance variable. The variable which is declared inside a class outside a method is called instance variable. The variable which is declared inside a class outside a method is called instance variable. If you consider any simple program over here, if you take inside main method any variable, that is a local variable. And outside a method, that means inside a class, if you take any variable like this, and these variables are become what? Instance variables. These variables are going to become what? Instance variables. So you got the meaning of instance variables now. The variable which was declared inside a method can be called as local variable. And the variables which were declared outside a method inside a class, that means like this, which you are going to see on the screen. And that variables can be called as what? Instance variables. That variables can be called as what? Instance variables. Okay. So the memory will be allocated when we construct an object, and separate memory will be allocated for instance variables for every creation of object and all. So first of all, we need to know the meaning of class. And before going to the class, first and foremost thing, we need to know one of the object-oriented programming principle. And the name of that object-oriented programming principle is encapsulation. Encapsulation. In general sense, encapsulation is nothing but wrapping up of data. Wrapping up of data into single unit. Wrapping up of data into a single unit can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Wrapping up of data into a single unit can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Can be considered as what? Encapsulation, right? So you know about capsule, and that capsule consists of mainly what different particles over there. So there you are going to see on the screen that one capsule. This part of the capsule is going to be a different color, and this part of the capsule is going to be different color. And you'll be seeing some other capsules, and those capsules will be having what? Different colors. Some part you'll be having white, and some part you'll be having green, some part you'll be having what? Yellow. Like that, you'll be finding what? Some other capsules. Some other capsules, like some part you will be seeing as yellow, some part you will be seeing as what? Again, some other color you will be seeing. Okay. So this three variations will be there, and two variations will be there. Two variations will be there. Okay. So encapsule. and each and every part you can see this part contains a powder kind of thing, and this part contains some small particles over here. Okay, this part contains some small particles here, and this part contains some powder kind of material over there, right? That means this two things has been encapsulated into a fiber material, small thin fiber material, and which what can be easily what made up. So in that particle, they are placing this two things, and they're making it as one single unit. They're making it as what? One single unit. One single unit. Encapsulation is nothing but it is a mechanism to wrap the data or to combine the data. Wrapping up of data into one single unit can be considered as what? Encapsulation in computer science. And in real time example, encapsulation is nothing but a capsule which consists of different kinds of medicine as one single unit, and you'll be having many examples that you are going to see in your day-to-day life. You can consider your laptop is going to be an example for encapsulation, where it has been wrapped with different kinds of materials, different kinds of electronic items in that, right? Electronic devices in that, and that can be considered as what? Encapsulation. That can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Wrapping your complete laptop with a different kind of devices or different kind of material, and can be considered as what? And together it's becoming what? Encapsulation. Together it's becoming what? One complete product or one complete unit. And for that also can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Anything which was placing combining as one single unit, that can be considered as what? Encapsulation, right? In our programming languages, we will be having only two things in any programming language. Any programming languages will be having mainly two things. One is going to be data holders, other one is going to be methods. One is going to be data holders, other one is going to be methods. And combining this data holders and methods into one single unit, and that can be called as encapsulation. That can be called as what? Encapsulation, right? Encapsulation is a mechanism where the data in the sense here variables, because data holders I said, which is going to store the data. Variables and objects are going to store the data. So variables or objects also, and the code, that means your complete code or the logic will be placed inside methods only. Logic will be placed inside a methods only, right? So will bind together. That means your data and code will bind together, and that can be considered as what? Encapsulation. That can be considered as what? Encapsulation. That means your data and code. Code is nothing but which will be placed in methods. Your data and code will be bind together. Can be considered as what? Encapsulation. Can be considered as what? Encapsulation. In our programming languages, very simple. Variables ni methods ni combine chese unit ni encapsulation అని చెప్పి కాల్ చేస్తాం. వేరియబుల్స్ ని మెథడ్స్ ని కంబైన్ చేసే యూనిట్ ని మనం ఏం కాల్ చేస్తాం? ఎన్క్యాప్సులేషన్ అని చెప్పేసి కాల్ చేస్తాం. యు నో అబౌట్ C language. In C language, we have one method where we'll be combining different types of variables and one single unit. What is that thing? In C language, we are combining different types of variables as one single unit. What is that? Structure or union. We are combining at different variables as one single unit. In that structure, are we in a position to take any method or functions?
No, sir.
No. That means your C language supports encapsulation?
No, sir.
No. Fine. Right? Only 2 students is giving response. And if you consider your C++, in C++ also we can use structures, no problem. And in C++ we can use class. And in class, we can take what? Variables as well as methods or functions. Together we will be taking or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are taking that. So that means your C++ supports what? Encapsulation. Encapsulation. That means encapsulation is a concept, and that concept was supported in your C++, supported in C++ with the help of class. In this class, we'll be taking what methods and variables. And what encapsulation topic is saying, data holders and code you need to combine. Here, data holders are nothing but variables. Code is nothing but what methods. These two things we need to combine. If you are combining two things in one single unit, and then it can be called as encapsulation. Encapsulation. That was the concept of encapsulation. Encapsulation concept saying that data and code, if you are combining together, then it can be called as encapsulation. Then it can be called as what? Encapsulation. Data and method code you are combining, it can be called as what? Encapsulation. And what kind of thing that you are going in doing in C language? In C language, only what data holders we are combining, but we are not combining with respect to functions. Then C is not going to support your encapsulation. Let come to C++. In C++, are we doing any kind of thing like this? Yes, we are doing with the help of class. In class, we are taking variables and we are taking functions. Then your C++ is going to support encapsulation. Coming to your Java, Java also contains classes, and in that classes will be taking variables as well as methods. Then Java also supports what? Encapsulation. In Java, in C++, your encapsulation is supported with the help of class. With the help of what? Class. With the help of class will be combining variables and methods. Here variables are nothing but data holders and methods is nothing but code. These two things we are combining in a one single unit, and that single unit can be called as what? Class. That single unit can be called as what? Class. That means encapsulation concept is one of the object-oriented programming principle. That object-oriented programming principle we are implementing in Java with the help of what? Class. With the help of what? Class. Right? There is no word called encapsulation in Java language, but there is a word called class. With the help of the class, we are combining variables and methods in one single unit. So your Java is going to achieve the concept of encapsulation with the help of class. With the help of what? Class. If anybody asks you how Java supports your encapsulation concept, simply you need to answer that encapsulation is nothing but wrapping the data and code together. And in Java, we are wrapping the variables and methods in one single unit with the help of class. And that is how Java is going to support encapsulation concept. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That means only 3 students understood it, right? 4, 5. That means only 5 students understood it, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, fine. 13. Okay. Fine. Okay, fine. So now question raises. Next question em ravali? Cheppandi. Pawan, next question em ravali మీ దగ్గర నుంచి? What's the next question that you all need to ask? Encapsulation ఎలా చేస్తాం? క్లాస్ ద్వారా చేస్తాం కదా. So if you are very new to programming language, without knowing C and C++, without knowing C++, if you are entering into Java programming, the question that you need to get from your brain is that, sir, you are saying encapsulation is nothing but data and what code you are combining, and that is encapsulation that you are achieving in Java with the help of class. Now, how to write a class? How to write a class? That is the question. And there is a way, there is a syntax is there to write a class. And this was a syntax is there for writing a class. See, the syntax goes like this. First, we need to take access specifier, followed by access modifier, followed by the class keyword, followed by the class name, opening brace, closing brace. Between this opening and closing brace, instance variable, static variable, instance methods, static methods, instance methods, and then static methods. This was the syntax of writing a class. But we used to write only one thing, that class space class name. That's it. If you consider any program that we discussed till now, some classes we are taken public, and for the classes we are not taken public also. Just directly we are taking class space class name. Okay, class space class name we are taken, opening brace, closing brace. Between that opening and closing brace, we are taken variables and methods. We are taken variables and methods. Okay, this is a way to write a class, and we'll be discussing clearly what are all access specifiers that we can take. We can take public and default, only 2 access specifiers that we can take. And for class, what are all access modifiers that will be taking final abstract and strict FP. And when time comes, I will be discussing about this keywords. Don't worry about that things. Okay. And it contains the variables and methods. And next thing that we need to know about object that we'll be discussing on Monday. Mostly on Monday, I will be closing off instance variables as well as static variables concept. Okay. Clear with this? Any doubts if you have, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. Everything is clear for you. Respond in chat at least.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I will be
Yes,
sharing
sir.
the PPT up to this class instance variables today itself in the group. In our Java group, I will be sharing that PPT, and you can go through that PPT. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Go through that notes, okay? And Monday, don't miss the class. First hour we have class. Don't miss Monday's class. Okay, you can leave. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead, Bharat.
command prompt లో అంటే లైక్ ఎవ్రీ టైం ఎక్యూట్ చేయడానికి జావా హైఫెన్ సిపి అని లొకేషన్ పెడతాం కదా,
అవును.
అది కాకుండా నార్మల్గా జావా స్పేస్ లైక్ నేమ్ డాట్ జావా అని పెట్టి కూడా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్
Name dot Java gardo. Name only name that's it. You need to take. That's it. Java space
నేమ్ డాట్ జావా అని కొట్టే
name dot Java కాదు.
లైక్
ఓన్లీ
దాన్ని
నేమ్
ఫైల్ నేమ్
ఓన్లీ నేమ్ దట్స్ ఇట్. ఇలా కొడితే ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయిపోతుంది. కానీ నా ల్యాప్టాప్లో నేను చెప్పాను బిగినింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద క్లాస్, ఈ జేవిఎం అనేది క్లాస్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేయలేకపోతుంది అనమాట. పాత్రలో చూసుకోలేకపోతుంది.
ఇక్కడ డెమోకి పక్కన డాట్ జావా ఉంది సార్. సార్ ఒకవేళ రాకపోతే పాత టెస్ట్ కూడా వస్తుంది.
Okay, fine, we can go with that, but this is not the good practice, Bharat.
అంటే లైక్ సార్ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ అంటే లైక్ నేను లొకేషన్ షేర్ చేసుకోలేదు, ఒకటే పెట్టుకున్నా. సో నాకు ఆ లొకేషన్ లైక్ నేను ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ జావా హైఫన్ సిపి అని మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ లొకేషన్
అంటే నీకు కూడా రావట్లేదా ఇలా?
సార్ నాకు మీరు చెప్పింది అర్థం.
నీకు కూడా ఇలా రావట్లేదా? జావా స్పేస్ డెమో 1 అంటే అవుట్పుట్ రావట్లేదా అని అడుగుతున్నాను.
సార్
Okay, fine, no problem, but this is not good practice. Taking .java is not going to be a good practice, right? So okay, fine, if it is convenient for you, you can go you use it, but I'm not supposed to say like that. Okay, that's the reason I explain clearly.
లైక్ నాకు అలా రావట్లేదు, సో అందుకని అలా.
మీరు పర్సనల్గా యూజ్ చేయండి, ఆ ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. నేను కూడా యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాను అప్పుడప్పుడు అది. But don't share it with others. That's it. Fine. Okay, Bharat. Okay. Practice the things what we discussed today, right?
Yes.
Sai Maniteja, doubts? Unnava?
No doubts, sir. Unna, sir.
Elipura mare. Sai Maniteja. Okay. Mubin.
Sir.
Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Babu, no, A series ra no?
18 series, sir.
Okay. నేను అటెండెన్స్ మరి నీది కౌంట్ చేసుకోవట్లేదు. అన్ని క్లాసెస్కి వచ్చావా?
వచ్చాను సార్. మన రాలేనట్టున్నా సార్. మన ల్యాప్టాప్ తీసుకున్నాం సార్, అది ఫోన్ చేశాను కదా సార్ ఆ రోజు.
ఓకే, నువ్వు రిటెన్ స్టూడెంటా? అదేంట్రా, ఎట్లా ఎందుకు రిటెన్ అయ్యావు?
2 పోయిండే సార్.
సబ్జెక్ట్సా?
సార్ అటెండెన్స్ లో పోయిండే అప్పుడు.
ఓకే, ఎవరు క్లాస్ కోఆర్డినేటర్ అప్పుడు?
ఆంజనేయులు సార్ ఉండదు.
ఓకే, ఫైన్. ఇప్పుడన్నా రెగ్యులర్ గా ఉండు, అటెండ్ అవ్వు. ఓకే, సబ్జెక్ట్స్ అన్ని క్లియర్ ఉన్నాయా?
ఎస్ సార్.
డిఎస్ ఎవరు? మీకు అక్షర మేడం కదా అప్పుడు?
ఎస్ సార్, అక్షర మేడం.
ఓకే, ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసావా ఓఎస్?
ఇన్స్టాల్ చేశాను సార్, విండోస్.
అక్కడే చేయించావా?
నేను వేసుకున్నా సార్.
ఓకే, ఫైన్. ఆయన ఎవరికైనా ప్రైస్ లో ఇప్పిస్తావారా? అంటే వేరియేషన్ లో నీకు వచ్చిన ప్రైస్ కాకపోయినా కానీ 2000 వేరియేషన్ తో ఇప్పిస్తావా? ఎవరికైనా కావాలంటే రిఫర్ చేస్తా.
ఇప్పిస్తా సార్, కాకపోతే మీకు అడ్రస్ కూడా వాట్సాప్ చేస్తా సార్, కార్డ్ ఇస్తా.
ఓకే,
నేను రమ్మంటే కూడా వస్తా సార్ నేను.
ఓకే. నేను మోస్ట్లీ నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ ఆర్ మళ్ళీ మంత్ ఒకరు కావాలని అడిగారు, చెప్తాను ఒకళ్ళు రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉంటే నీకు. ఓకేనా? ఏంటంటే
డీలర్స్ సార్, వాళ్ళు డైరెక్ట్ డీలర్స్ ఉంటారు. వాళ్ళు రేట్ తక్కువలో దొరుకుతారు వాళ్ళ దగ్గర పోతే. మీ డైరెక్ట్ ఎక్స్ షోరూమ్ పోతేనేమో ప్రైస్ ఎక్కువ చెప్తారు సార్.
ఓకేరా అండ్ డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడుగు ఈసారి పక్కా ఏమంటారు ఏం కాకుండా చూసుకో.
సార్ విండోస్ సి కంపైలర్ దీంట్లో వర్క్ చేస్తలేదు సార్.
విండోస్ సి కంపైలరా
సార్ సి కంపైలర్
కోడ్ బ్లాక్సా
సార్ వర్క్ చేస్తలేదు సార్.
బేసిక్ వర్షన్ అది ఓఎస్ ఏది వేసారు బేసిక్
విండోస్ 10 ప్రొఫెషనల్ సార్.
వస్తుంది రాలేదంటే నువ్వు ఏ వర్షన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తున్నావు మరి?
లేటెస్ట్ సార్ రీసెంట్ గా రిలీజ్ అయిన వర్షన్ సార్.
రీసెంట్ గా మింగ్ జీడబ్ల్యూ వర్షన్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి.
మింగ్ జీడబ్ల్యూ సార్.
codeblocks.org డౌన్లోడ్స్కి వెళ్తే
ఓకే
64 బిట్ మింగ్ జీడబ్ల్యూ వర్షన్ ఉంటుంది, అది డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయి.
ఓకే
మింగ్ MINGW అని ఉంటుంది వర్షన్, అది ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు మామూలుగా అయితే ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ అయ్యి రన్ అవ్వట్లేదు ప్రోగ్రామ్, అంతేనా?
రన్ అవ్వడం లేదు సార్ అంతే.
అదే GNUC కంపైలర్ రన్ వస్తుంది, అంతేనా?
అది సార్.
దానికి ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే మీరు మింగ్ జీడబ్ల్యూ వర్షన్ వేసుకోండి, అప్పటికి కూడా రాకపోతే పాత్ సెట్ చేయాలి. ఒకసారి మింగ్ జీడబ్ల్యూ వర్షన్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయి, రాకపోతే అప్పుడు నేను చెప్తాను ఎలా సెట్ చేయాలి.
ఓకే సార్. ఇది మళ్ళీ మనం VMware అది లైనక్స్ అని చెప్పారు కదా సార్, అది VMware వేసుకున్నా సార్ లైనక్స్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఎట్లా సార్?
లైనక్స్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనుకుంటా ఇంటర్నెట్ నుంచి, అది ఓపెన్ సోర్స్ OS.
డైరెక్ట్ దాంట్లో డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తే అయిపోతుంది సార్.
చేసుకోవచ్చు, యూట్యూబ్ వీడియోస్ ఉంటాయి చూడు, చాలా హౌ టు డౌన్లోడ్ లైనక్స్ అని కొట్టు, చాలా యూట్యూబ్ వీడియోస్ వస్తాయి, వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు చూడు స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్. ఓకే ఇంకా
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. అంతే సార్. ఏం లేదు సార్.
అఖిల్, ఎనీ డౌట్స్?